Hello, you're listening to Everyday Superpower. I'll give you a rewind. Wicka wicka, you're listening to Everyday Superpower, and here you're going to learn about body language, nonverbal communication. Plain and simple, we're going to teach you how to read the minds of others effectively and correctly, purely through observing their behaviours and gestures, alright, as well as understanding your own behaviours and gestures you put out into the world. If you like what you hear, if you want to learn more, click like, click subscribe, leave a comment, do whatever you want to do. So without further ado, let's get into the lesson. It's going to be one based upon attraction, courtship and dating, and interpersonal, potentially sexual relationships. So we're talking about laughter today. Laughter and attraction, alright? So regarding courtship, or regarding generally, let's just talk generally, yeah, laughter will stimulate endorphins, right? And feel good hormones, yeah? Relieving stress and healing the body. It's an incredible, powerful tool. Laughter is brilliant when it comes to making someone feel good. By default, if you're laughing, if you're genuinely laughing, you should feel good. And laughter in itself will make you feel good. So it's kind of a win-win, all right? Smiling and laughter in nature is submissive. So when you smile at somebody, you are openly declaring that you're of no threat. It's a submissive gesture, alright? And when it comes to courtship and dating, it tends to be women who do most of the laughing and smiling, not men. That's given that the individual is, feeling positive towards you, okay? So if you were to apply laughing in a dating context, it's a good way of determining how successful a couple is likely to bond in a relationship. All right. So the more you can make that woman laugh, the more attractive she'll find you, and that's purely because you are going to be making her feel better. You're going to be associating yourself with feel-good hormones. That's an incredible benefit. And as we spoke about, the laughter is a sign of submissiveness. So by default, you're placing yourself in the dominant position, whereas she is submitting to you. It's a natural female masculine communication. So it's of incredible benefit. All right. So to re-clarify, the ability to make others laugh is perceived as a dominant trait. Women prefer dominant males, all right, because what does dominance equate to? It equates to resources, all right, equates to, a better position in the hierarchy to provide. And generally speaking, a woman isn't going to want a submissive male, because if that was the case, women would be walking around, well, it would be a matriarchy for a start, and women would be walking around with, men weaker, smaller, and more feeble than them on a consistent basis. You don't see that too often, all right? Speaking of males, males tend to prefer subordinate females, all right, not hypermasculine females whom can dominate them. Don't get me wrong, there is exceptions to the rule, but generally speaking, it doesn't tend to be the case. So a subordinate person will laugh more so to appease that superior individual, and the superior person will make subordinates laugh. So if you apply this to a workplace scenario, you're more likely to smile and cooperate in a friendlier manner to your boss to ensure that they like you and don't fire you, rather so than your boss having to try hard to make you laugh, okay? It's a maintaining of superiority and dominance in that particular communication. So women laugh at men they're attracted to, and men are attracted to women that laugh at them. All right, so women say, oh, he makes me laugh so much. Okay, now that might be because he's genuinely funny, or because that woman is sexually interested in him to a degree where she applies that submissive role to the communication and feels it's a necessity to laugh. But by default, in doing so, it's making her feel good. So it's a great feedback loop for that attraction. Okay. A little side note, potentially quite a controversial one, but some people consider female comedians less funny than men generally, because women don't have to mature to make the man laugh, whereas it's necessary for a man to be able to, you know, be humorous to an extent where they can make a woman laugh. So as far as comedians go, that is a, you know, you could say somewhat applicable to this context of which we're speaking of right now. But anyway, that's about it. Just a small talk, brief talk on laughter and how it applies to attraction and courtship, and how benefit it is for you to be a man who can potentially, you know, keep a few jokes in your back pocket, all right, for when the time's right. That's me signing out. Click like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Is the comedian thing right or wrong? You tell me. Ta-ra.